What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Jumping into this video, to this episode of YNR. First of all, Billy. Billy gets on my nerves, like, seriously. He need to focus on his own family, the Abbotts. Like, that's who he need to focus on. He's focused way too much about the Newmans. Every time he gets with Victoria, he's always around the Newmans more than he's around the Abbotts. And it's kind of annoying. You know, like, he's coming in there, you know, congratulating Victoria on being CEO or acting CEO of Newman. I am glad Victor came in there and let him know, like, he's sitting there trying to give credit to Victor for finally making Vicky in charge of the company or whatever. Victor, I'm glad he said what he said. Like, he doesn't need Billy's approval. He doesn't care for it. Like, Billy just needs to go about his business and stop focusing on the Newmans. Like, focus on yourself, focus on Jabot, you know, focus on other things other than your girlfriend's family, who pretty much can't stand you as it is. So why be all up in their business? That doesn't pertain to you. I understand he wants to be supportive of her, and that's fine, but why be somewhere where, you know that you're going to butt heads with Victor? Like, you're all up in his office and stuff. Why you couldn't just wait for Victoria to come home or something, you know? And then after Vicky leaves, he's still going to sit there and try to talk with Victor. Victor don't like you. Sit there and talk with him for what? He can't stand you. Like, Victor don't care for him. And Victor already knows Billy. Like, he knows his MO. Like, he knows that he's going to self-destruct at some point. And I have to agree. That's what Billy does all the time. Like, every time something good is going with him, and he seems like he finally matured and, you know, things are going right, he finds some way to ruin it. And remember, Victoria still doesn't know that Billy slept with Summer. And I think once that comes out, I think that's going to play a major factor in their relationship. You know, it's definitely going to do it. But anyway, I honestly, like I said before, I don't blame Billy for hating Adam. You know, I get it. But what's crazy is, why would they think Adam had an ulterior motive for going to Delia's gravesite other than, you know, going there to show sympathy and, you know, apologize over and over again for what he did? I think Adam really is sorry about hitting that girl. Of course, he's not some animal that would attack a child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's done some reprehensible things, but killing a child is like, you know, of course he's saddened by that. So I think his intentions going to the grave were pure, despite what Billy and Victoria may think. I think he really genuinely went there because he is sorry for what happened to her. You know, but Billy feels like he's not sorry because his behavior hasn't changed. I'm like, but look at Victor. Victor got a heart transplant and Colleen was the donor. And Victor hasn't really changed for the better. Not really. You know, he's still doing some shady stuff. You know, that's just human nature. That's who they are. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make it right, but that's who Victor and Adam are. You know, they get what they want. They step on whoever toes they have to. That's just, they're not going to become goody-goody all of a sudden. Like, I don't think if they try to, I don't think it would last, because that's not their nature. They went years being the villain or the semi-villain or whatever. That's what they're used to. You know, they're used to, you know, getting even with people. They're not going to stop that. They're not like Jack and other people who turn the other cheek. That's not who they are. So people need to stop expecting that of them, because it's not going to happen. I don't understand why Victoria is so surprised that she was named acting CEO of Newman. Like, what are you surprised about? This is what she paid Adam off for. You paid him $50 million. You gave him Chelsea's phone number, all of that to keep him out of Newman so you can be that CEO one day. And he would not be CEO. And it's crazy because I'm like, you know, Victor sitting there telling her, oh, you know, it should have always been you, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, he's only doing it because Adam said no and Nick is not coming back. Victoria is not his first choice. Hell, she's not even his second choice. She's the third choice. Like, why would you want to be last place? Like, why? Like, that's Victoria's problem. And this is why I loved what Abby said to her a couple of days ago. Like, she needs to remove herself from Newman and do her own thing. She would be a lot happier if she did. You know, you would be your own boss. You know, she got plenty of money to do it. Start up your own company. Same way Nick went off, even though Nick did it in a shady way, but he still did it. He went off and started his own company. Even before he did Dark Horse, he owned his own bar. Like, he was doing his own thing, you know, not running back to Newman. You know, Victoria just needs to stop looking for Victor's approval, because you're never going to get it. It doesn't matter what she do. She can close $1 billion deal today. I don't really think Victor would still want her as CEO. If Adam came back and wanted the title, Victor would give it to him in a heartbeat. If Nick came back today and said, I want to be CEO, Nick would kick her out. Victor would kick her out the chair so fast. Like, she doesn't even get it. It's like she doesn't see the common sense here. Like, remove yourself from that, because it's never going to fully be yours. You know, it's like fighting a losing battle, and that's exactly what Victoria's doing. You're fighting a losing battle that you're not going to win. So anyway, moving on from that, Sharon, it's like she's conflicted, and I don't blame her. You know, her old feelings for Adam have resurfaced, and you could clearly see it. They got a lot of history, and obviously Ray is threatened by that. You know, he's threatened. I think Ray is not only, even if Adam wasn't around, Ray would still be threatened even by Nick. Because the chemistry and the feelings and the history that's there between her and these men, they're not going anywhere. You know, yeah, her and Nick for now are done, but who's to say that a year from now? You know, you never know. Her and Nick always find a way to get back together. And now that you throw Adam back in the mix, and Adam's not currently attached to anybody, it opens the door for her, you know, to kind of swoop in here, even though she's trying to be a supportive friend of his and stuff. But we all know it's much more than that. Ray, he's fighting a losing battle his damn self as well. Victoria ain't the only one fighting a losing battle. Ray is fighting one as well. Of course, he wants to get whatever dirt he can on Adam, so that's what Nick wants him to do. Find out what he was up to in Vegas, so that way he could use it in the custody, you know, in the custody hearing. I just don't care for the Ray character. I'm going to be honest. The actor is cool. I just don't see the substance in his character. I'm like, you got to do a little bit more with him, like something different maybe. I don't know. I haven't liked the character really since day one. That's just me. I really haven't. But I don't know why. I just haven't. But anyway, now Victoria wants Nick back at Newman Enterprises as chief operating officer, her former title, because she feels like if he comes back to Newman, he'll have the company's resources and everything to shut Adam down. Running a company or being a top executive at a company is not really going to help you in a custody case. Like, it's really kind of not. How do they see that as helping? Like, he already has a PI on it. He's gathering information. He already called Chelsea for backup. Like, what can Newman do for him? I just feel like, you know, Nick and Victoria, separately, they're not smart enough to beat Adam. Combined, they're still somewhat not smart enough to beat Adam. Like, they're just not. It's like, you know, they're kind of out of their league. I mean, they might get a victory here and there against them, but ultimately, Adam always finds a way to come back and outsmart them. He always does. He's done it before many times. So I don't see why they would think that this time would be different. I mean, like her and Billy said before, if you're going to go after Adam, it has to be methodical. It has to be well planned out, no room for errors. But trust me, there's going to be an error in whatever plan they come up with. It's going to be something that throws them off, because they never think everything through. They think they have everything thought out, but they don't. So anyway, moving on from that. I like the society event that they threw, the tribute in Neil's honor. You know, Anna and Jet, I love them. They sing. I love when they do their duets and stuff. I love it. It's dope. Like, their voices are dope. Some people don't like the music aspect of this show, but I like it because it's something new. It's something different. You know what I'm saying? Because usually we just get drama and business storylines, but now we're getting this, and this is entertaining. You know, this is fun because you get to see everybody together, dressed up, having lighthearted fun, and it's not always so serious. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good added bonus to the show. Honestly, I don't know what Tracy and Kane are doing, but Tracy is definitely fiending for Kane right now. Like, most definitely, she want her some Kane. I feel bad for Tracy because you could tell that she's starting to develop romantic interest in Kane. And I don't want to see her get hurt because I don't know if he has, clearly he might not have those same feelings for her that she has for him because all he can think about is Lily. You know, he still wants to try and win Lily back and stuff like that. But Lily still giving him the brush off, basically. Like, she's not trying to get back with him at all. And you could tell by her facial expression, she kind of felt like something was up between him and Tracy. Because when, you know, the way she nodded her head and stuff like that, when Tracy and them was talking about he had to give Tracy a ride home because they came together. And I was like, okay. Like, I would have thought something was going on too once they said that. And they have been hanging around a lot lately. I would think something too. And let me just say this, that I'm extremely happy that Jack is starting this new program with the Abbott Winters Foundation for musicians and stuff, for them to get treatment, because it's so important. Because if you know anything about the 70s and the 60s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, a lot of artists got hooked on drugs, you know, because it was a part of the business. You know, they were getting high and drunk before they would go on stage and stuff, you know. So I'm glad Jack is doing this because a lot of those guys and girls need help. You know, so I think this is the perfect way for Jack to, you know, pay homage to Neil by paying it forward. Because Neil was very big on that, you know, paying it forward. And speaking of paying it forward, it kind of irritates me how Devon is upset with Nate. Because you could tell he's still upset with Nate about, he says that he respects it, he understands. But you could tell he's still a little upset with Nate about selling Neil's penthouse. Let me just say this. I don't see the big deal about selling the penthouse. It's not like Neil had decades there. Neil just bought the place a year ago. He barely lived there for a year before his passing. So what is the big deal? It's not like he had cherished memories there and, you know, not like they had a whole bunch of family holidays there. Like, he recently moved there, you know, a year ago. So what's the big deal about Nate selling it? And it's not like he took the money and started living this luxurious lifestyle, because he didn't. He took the money and did what Neil wanted everybody to do, which is pay it forward. He donated the money to charity. That's what Neil wanted. You know, he was happy about that. He prided himself on that. So I don't see what the big deal is. And then, Devon is still pissy about the whole idea of Anna and, you know, Tessa and what they're doing with, you know, Tessa's image and career, partnering her up with Jabot. There, you know, he's still pissed about that, and I think it's a good idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. You know, it's more exposure for the collective, and it's exposure for her because they had a big launch. So if she's seen wearing the clothing and promoting it, it helps promote both, you know, her brand and their brand. Cross promotion, you know, it's smart. It's what a lot of people do. It's, you know, it works. So why not? I just feel like Devon needs a vacation. Like, you could tell, because he keeps having these visions of Hillary. Now he keeps having these panic attacks. I think Devon needs to step back. Like, he just needs to go away for like a week or two or something to get his mind right. He's dealt with a lot of loss lately. You know, then the stress of business, you know, he's dealing with the company, he's dealing with Anna and Tessa and the music side of things. Then, you know, he's still grieving. He's in a new relationship. I feel like he has a lot on his plate. He needs to take a vacation. Like, just turn his cell phone off. Don't think about business. Don't think about nothing. Just do you. You know, self-care is important, and that's what he needs to do. Because if not, it's like these panic attacks are just going to keep coming. Everything's going to get worse. Like, he really needs to go see a therapist, take a vacation. Like, he needs to. I think that's the best thing for him. So anyway, moving on from that, Phyllis. She came down the penthouse steps when Adam came home looking like the devil in a red dress. I said, how did Phyllis even know Adam moved back into the penthouse? How did she know that? Like, he just moved back. How did she possibly know? So basically, she was under the impression that Adam kidnapped her because she knew too much or whatever, but it wouldn't make sense for Adam to kidnap her. Like, she ought to think about that. Like, Nick already figured out that she was the one who hacked into Dark Horse servers and was working with Adam. So why would Adam try to cover that up? It's not that hard to figure that out. But she said that she knows some secrets because, remember, she went to Vegas and talked to that girl that was helping Adam. That's the same girl that Ray is going to go back to Vegas to talk with again. So, and she also knows another connection that Adam has. And he has a connection with a member of the Chancellor family. I was surprised by that. I'm like, who the hell is she talking about? That he has a connection with a member of the Chancellor family. Who? It can't be Jill. I don't think it's Jill's son Philip. So who could he be aligning himself with from Chancellor? That threw me off, and now I'm more intrigued. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm excited for this. Like, I want to know what the hell Adam been up to when he was in Vegas, and that's what Nick wants to know. Like, all the years that he was gone, what was he doing during the missing years that he was away? You know, that's what everybody want to know. Like, now you throwing a Chancellor in there? I wonder who the Chancellor is. Is it a new long-lost Chancellor? Is it somebody? Is it Chance? Like, who was he partnered up with or working with? Like, who he has the connection with? I'm confused. I want to know. This is interesting. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode, and I will see you all later. Peace.